Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star original continent based on novel. So let's start. Golden Horned Beast was with the Law Masters from Nine Smoke Marsh. Golden Horned Beast and the humans were from different races, so they had different auras. Even true gods weren't able to tell that Golden Horned Beast was actually Luo Feng. Besides, creatures in the world of Jin didn't have multiple bodies, so nobody would consider such a possibility. Up in the sky of Nine Smoke Marsh, 6 true gods of void space from Xianyu Mountain and Nine Smoke Marsh looked down. That was how he got away. That soldier is carrying a Law Master strange beast. Then neither his teammates nor the 50 true gods who went to look for him can find him. He must be able to leave Nine Smoke Marsh. All the true gods of void space sighed. Nine Smoke also looked down and sighed. He has 2 machine-type valuables. That boat must be a true god-level machine-type valuable, but it has great power, so it must be at the top tier. He's only a Law Master, so he shouldn't have been able to get such a machine-type valuable. It seems that those in the army think highly of him. The 6 true gods of void space knew everything that was happening down there. However, they hadn't expected that this talented soldier and the Golden Horned Beast were actually 2 bodies of the same great being. True gods of void space controlled the entire battlefield, so he knew about everything. However, they wouldn't and didn't dare to meddle. Nobody dared to provoke the hidden rules in the world of Jin. Months passed, and the war was coming to an end. How can you not find him? The captain was very upset in the army of tribal warriors of Xianyu Mountain. Though Nine Smoke Marsh is enormous, there are only a few battlefields where the Law Masters gather. That new soldier Milky Way didn't have anywhere to run. How could you not find him? The soldiers replied using their communications tokens. Captain, we really can't find him. We've searched everywhere. We can't find him. The soldiers didn't know, but the captain had seen Luo Feng kill that strange beast true god. He knew the great potential this new soldier possessed. He planned to make friends with Luo Feng, but he chose to make attacks. He wanted military credits. He could live with failing last time, as he hadn't expected this new soldier, Luo Feng, to have a machine-type spaceship. However, it had been 6 months, yet they still couldn't find him. Impossible. Go find him unless you want to die. He's our only hope to finish the task. The captain was anxious. I can't believe it. I need to tell the other 2 teams. The captain sent a message to all the soldiers. You Luo, Ku Fa, I'm going to tell you something now. Several months ago, a true god from Nine Smoke Marsh, who was responsible for collecting the dead bodies of true gods, died. His body was snatched by the new soldier, and that new soldier now has more than 30 bodies of true gods. He was hiding in Nine Smoke Marsh. Other than Luo Feng, all the other warriors received the message and made astonished replies. What? Impossible. That new soldier got over 30 bodies of true gods. How did he survive it? You can believe or not believe it, said the captain. I've chased him for a long time, but he's really good at hiding. The captain didn't want to say too much more. He believed that under the threat of the army, the other soldiers would also look for him, so it was a great chance. Humph. The captain thought. You Luo. Ku Fa. They don't stand a chance against Milky Way. The best they can do is to help me find him. He didn't even think about you Luo and Ku Fa. The strange beast and the soldiers were in Nine Smoke Marsh. Yu Luo transmitted his voice. We've only got around 20,000 weapons and armors, so we can only guarantee that 2 will finish the task. It seems that the battles between Xianyu Mountain and Nine Smoke Marsh are getting less tense, so it might end shortly. We have to determine whether or not Luo Feng actually has the bodies of true gods. Inspect it. Go look for the new soldier, Milky Way. The eyes of those strange beast soldiers gleamed crazily. The insanity stemmed from a fear of death. The soldiers of Ku Fa were with Xianyu Mountain. We've only got a little over 30,000 weapons and armors, but this is far from enough. Without the war, we can't even hope to get 1,000 more weapons and armors. We need to look for the new soldier, Milky Way. Fa was humble and gentle, but when it came to the threat of death, he would still grasp at the last chance. Wu He received the message from the captain. Over 30 bodies of true gods. Milky Way. Wu He was shocked. He found it hard to believe. He didn't want to believe it. I've been collecting military credits for a long time, and I still have a long way to go until I reach 10,000 credits. How did he get so many bodies of true gods? Wu He didn't want to believe it, but, based on the message sent by the captain, he felt that it might be true. Otherwise, the captain wouldn't have made up such a ridiculous piece of news. Regret? Wu He deeply regretted his decision. If I had chosen to stay with him, I could have gotten at least 5 or 6 bodies from the 30 he had. All the soldiers who were sent to 9 Smoke Marsh were looking for the new soldier Milky Way, but they couldn't find him anywhere. It seemed he had already left 9 Smoke Marsh. Everyone's looking for me. Golden Horned Beast Luo Feng was in the Strange Beast army. He'd seen some soldiers in the distance, and he had even seen Wu He twice. Do everything you can. You won't be able to find me. Golden Horned Beast Luo Feng occupied the swamp, and half his body was in the water. The war had been going on for a long time, and both sides had suffered tremendous losses. Naturally, neither side had restrained themselves and didn't want to continue fighting anymore. Lots of strange beasts and tribal warriors had chosen to retreat. Finally, a soldier contacted him. Milky Way. Milky Way, it's me. Wu He. Golden Horned Beast Luo Feng smirked. Oh, Wu He, he replied. Have you gained enough military credits? No, it's very difficult to get 10,000 military credits, Wu He replied. Milky Way, I just received word that the captain, Fa, and Yu Luo, and the soldiers under them are looking for you. They want to get the true god bodies from you. They're excluding me because they think I am with you. Really? Luo Feng answered. Milky Way, we went into Python River Army together, and we're both new soldiers. I have lots of military credits to make up for. I just want one true god body. I'm willing to exchange it for valuables. I'm willing to give you a true god armor. Wu He was anxious. In his mind, both he and Luo Feng were new soldiers, so it should be easy for him to get a true god body for his true god armor. Exchange, said Luo Feng. In 9 Smoke Marsh. Wu He understood that Milky Way wouldn't want anyone to know where he was, so he wasn't willing to conduct the trade here. Wu He transmitted his voice. Let's go back to the camp first. We can do it in the camp. Smart guy, Luo Feng thought. Wu He had been collecting weapons and armor for a long time, and he was the child of North True Ocean. He might actually have some good stuff. You need to give me enough valuables, said Luo Feng. Otherwise, there will be no deal. Sure, Wu He said, relieved. He had been afraid that Milky Way would case talking to him. Luo Feng already had a plan. He decided to see how many valuables he could get from 10,000 military credits. Then he would ask Wu He to give him more. It was only 10,000 military credits to him, but it was a life-saving opportunity for Wu He. If the military wanted to kill him, not even his father North True Master dared to stop it. A few days after Wu He contacted Luo Feng, Fa also contacted him. Fa, however, didn't have enough valuables, so the negotiations soured. Do you think me a moron? Said Luo Feng. A trade outside the military camp. Ha ha. Then die. With that, Luo Feng stopped talking to him. He was being charitable. They could only live if he gave them the bodies. If they dared to try to negotiate terms with him, they would die. The war lasted for a year. True gods of void space showed up one by one, and the army of Xian Yu Mountain retreated. The 9 Smoke Marsh returned to normal. Let's go. The army from Xian Yu Mountain started to leave. Some of the soldiers who pretended to be tribal warriors hid at the periphery of 9 Smoke Marsh. We still haven't got enough military credits. Fa, Yu Luo and the captain watched the army leaving. Without the war, they wouldn't have the chance to scavenge weapons. Now, it would be difficult for them. The strange beast soldiers, led by Yu Luo, all grew ferocious. Seize them. The captain and Ku Fa must have lots of military credits. We'll seize those. Then we can have a chance to survive. Let's go seize some military credits. Ku Fa bellowed as well. This is our only chance to survive, the captain said to the soldiers following him. All the soldiers chose to fight for military credits. Only the stronger ones could survive and get enough military credits. And if the three teams left separately, there was bound to be internal fighting within the squads. At the periphery of Nine Smoke Marsh, a golden horned beast was talking to three strange beast law masters. These were the friends golden horned beast Luo Feng had made during the war. They then left. Time to get back to the camp. Golden horned beast Luo Feng looked back at the endless Nine Smoke Marsh surrounded by mist. He didn't give a damn about the demise of those soldiers from Python River Army. He carried a great many military credits. The golden horned beast disappeared. After leaving Nine Smoke Marsh, Luo Feng rushed to the East Army military camp. Other than him, there was also Wu He, who had secretly left Nine Smoke Marsh. Out of the three troops of warriors led by the captain, Ku Fa, and Yu Luo, who were all designated with a mission and were still within the Nine Smoke Marsh region, only the captain had managed to obtain a true god corpse. The other warriors, including Ku Fa and Yu Luo, had not managed to gather enough military credits. They were all brainstorming possible solutions. Should they kill amongst one another? Should they continue to hunt? Or wait to reap benefits while the others did the job? They were all certainly going to do their best, but it was also fated that a single disaster-level mission would cause many of them to be annihilated. Finally, I have arrived. A lone figure appeared mid-air. That figure was none other than Luo Feng. Looking far off into the distance, Luo Feng could see the vast, boundless military camp. He revealed a trace of a smile as he bowed his head to look down at everything beneath. He could also see the long queue of tribal warriors and beasts who had come to join the army. Luo Feng flew into the military camp. Just as Luo Feng entered the East Army military camp, many wormholes on the peripheral region of the East Army military camp, within a contorted space, were transporting great beings. With almost every single moment that passed, warriors continued flying out from the various wormholes. Let's go. The mission this time around is considered easy. We can finish it quickly, and then we can have another era worth of free time. Let's go. Our next mission will be at the reincarnation level. Who knows how many from our troop will be able to survive? I hope this time, we can earn more military credits. Then we can exchange them for a few more treasures from the military point. Then hopefully, we can pull through the reincarnation level mission. Batch after batch of warriors, ranging from relaxed to stern to worried state, all left. The East Army was simply too big. With every passing moment, there were warriors leaving. And among those warriors leaving in a continuous stream, one warrior, who seemed to be an ordinary lawmaster, stood on one of the branches of an aged yet sturdy tree in the distance. I am here on the orders of Ancestor. Upon being accepted into the army, I might have been assigned with missions, but I have never gone about executing any of them. Here I am instead, just waiting. I have been here for so long, yet I have never laid eyes on that Milky Way horde leader, not even once. The silver-armored warrior was very worried, yet, at the same time, he maintained a watchful eye. Milky Way horde leader is very impressive, but so what if he is that impressive? Even if he did transcend reincarnation, he merely contributed another holy land to our universe ocean. To us of the Purple Moon Holy Land, he is no threat at all. The silver-armored warrior could not make sense of this situation. Once a holy land is established, it will be an eternal existence. My Purple Moon Holy Land universe is not afraid of any great beings, so I simply cannot understand why Ancestor holds this Milky Way horde leader in such high regard. Even all the way here in this world of Jin, he still gave orders for us to look into his whereabouts. The silver-armored warrior sighed inwardly. He simply did not understand. He was filled with doubts, but this was Ancestor's order, he did not dare defy it. The vast universe ocean was mysterious and unfathomable. In one of the two Holy Land universes, Purple Moon Holy Land, Purple Moon Ancestor was growing angry and dissatisfied. Have you discovered Luo Feng's whereabouts yet? Two nervous figures knelt before him with great reverence. Ancestor, previously, we watched the boat of Mausoleum entering the world of Jin, so we followed it in. Based on his point of entry, if he wanted to make it to an army, it would be an 80 to 90% chance that he would end up at East Army. So after I joined the East Army, I have been watching the exits of the numerous wormholes, and indeed, I have yet to discover Milky Way Horde leader. We have certainly not discovered traces of him, Ancestor. Could it be that Milky Way Horde leader has yet to join the army? The two universe masters remained on their knees. He has the inheritance of the pulse of Duan Dong River. Even if he is in the world of Jin, he is able to break away of anything easily, so much so that he is making a name for himself. Purple Moon Ancestor looked down towards the two universe masters and said coldly, not only do the two of you need to keep a close watch at the exit of the wormholes, but you also need to frequently inquire about him. The moment he gains a reputation, you will be able to find out more about him easily. Understood. Understood. The two universe masters answered with great reverence. Ancestor, our troops' mission. The double-faced universe master with 4 arms could not help asking. The two of you shall rotate, Purple Moon Ancestor instructed with great indifference. While one keeps watch and patrol, the other will go out to complete its troops' mission. When the mission is completed, return to the military camp to continue searching and investigating. The other team shall go out to complete their mission. This time around, very few of our Purple Moon Holy Land have entered the world of Jin. Until the next era, there will be quite a handful of universe masters going over. By that time, you both will have a much easier time. Understood. The two universe masters were also earnestly praying for the next era to arrive. Get moving, then. Purple Moon Ancestor dismissed them with a wave. The two universe masters took their leave in a most respectful manner. Purple Moon Ancestor's face was blurred. Only a pair of eyes was visible. The gaze carried only a trace of feminine grace, while the most of it was filled with endless murderous intent. I had thought that it was impossible to kill you. Yet, who knows? The world of Jin has come into existence. In the world of Jin, the number who can kill you, Luo Feng, is just too many. Luo Feng, don't blame me. You can only blame yourself for receiving that inheritance of the pulse of Duan Dong River. In the virtual universe, at the peak of Thunder Island, Luo Feng met with Primal Chaos City leader. Luo Feng. Teacher and disciple sat apart from one another. I just completed a disaster-level mission, and have gained quite a substantial amount of military credits, Luo Feng said. Completing this mission means that for quite a long period of time, I will be safe. I will try my best to uncover the mysteries of the entire world of Jin as soon as possible. You are the first of our human race to enter. Primal Chaos City leader nodded. Your responsibility is the greatest. Now, throughout the entire universe ocean, whether within the primal universe, another reincarnation era, the two great Holy Land universes, or other words, great beings from all over have their sights on the world of Jin. After all, the first batch to enter will be able to get hold of first-hand information, and understand more about the world of Jin, which is simply too alluring. Luo Feng nodded. This was to be expected. In the universe ocean, various great beings yearn to transcend reincarnation, and also, they yearn to get hold of a supreme true treasure. However, in the world of Jin, there were many true gods of void spaces. Obviously, there would be a cultivation method that could allow a true god to achieve a complete breakthrough to attain the level of a true god of void space. This so-called supreme true treasure was actually the standard armor of a true god, and there was simply too many of them. Even various magical, automaton-type treasures existed. The opportunity to transcend reincarnation, find supreme true treasures, and gain automaton-type treasures was too alluring. All the powerful groups in Universe Ocean lost interest in the 3 most dangerous lands instantly. Everyone was extremely excited, as they set their sights longingly on the world of Jin. The only catch was that the chance to enter only happened once every era. Previously, the willpower of the primal universe origin came looking for me through ancestral god. Luo Feng smiled. Apparently, it is better for me to stay put here for the time being. The longer, the better. I will make use of this advantage of being in the world of Jin. Besides, this time, I have earned quite a bit of military credits. I may be able to bring some supreme true treasures with me when I return. After one era has passed, when I get out of here, I will send some of these supreme true treasures back. Primal Chaos City leader was delighted upon hearing such news. The world of Jin was the most important battlefield. Various groups of top powers would fight for it. Yet the human territory, within the primal universe, represented the roots of the human race. Only by expanding their territory could human talents multiply in numbers, and there could be continuity in the outburst of great beings being born. In this way, the human race could reach the level of the other two Holy Land universes, or even surpass them. Teacher, I will head for the military point first, Luo Feng said. At the military point, I can trade military credits for inheritance and obtain various treasures. I believe I should be able to catch a glimpse of the more profound secrets of the world of Jin. When I have gained a better understanding of the military point, I will share the information with you. Get going, Primal Chaos City leader replied right away. But remember, don't take risks. The world of Jin is much more dangerous than our universe ocean. Luo Feng nodded. He might have been roaming and wandering about the world of Jin, but he maintained frequent contact and had regular conversations with his teacher. He was constantly aware of the various happenings in Universe Ocean. Right now, Universe Ocean could be said to be calm and tranquil. Obviously, various parties were eyeing the world of Jin. East Army Military Camp, Python River Army Camp. Luo Feng and Wu He arrived at the military camp at almost the same time. Milky Way, Milky Way. Wu He went scuttling over to Luo Feng, following from behind. The wings attached to its neck flapped continuously as it said, I have readied the treasure. You can give me one in exchange now. You have prepared it. Luo Feng looked at him jeeringly. There is no rush at all. I will go to the military point first. When I get back from the military point, we shall have a good talk. Wu He was somewhere reluctant. If Luo Feng were to go to the military point, it would mean he would understand the value of certain treasures, and it also meant that Luo Feng would mercilessly oppress him. But no matter how reluctant Wu He was, he did not dare to argue with Luo Feng. All he could do was move his hideous-looking face and smile. Yes, yes, he said. When Milky Way is back from the military point, then we'll talk. Milky Way, don't forget to keep one for me. He was most worried that this new recruit, Milky Way, would trade all those true god corpses for military credits. That would truly deal him a devastating blow. It would be the same as sentencing him to death. Luo Feng nodded. Don't worry. Luo Feng left the camp right away, feeling overjoyed as he headed toward the military point at the main hall. Python River Army's lake camp was quite a distance from the main hall, but Luo Feng seemed to be enjoying the scenery as he went along. He was in a good mood, so he strolled to the military point at the main hall. The military point. Luo Feng raised his head to look at the towering, ancient main hall. According to the rules, before accepting and after completing a mission, I would be qualified to trade for treasures in the military point. But if I turn up here without completing the mission, then I cannot enter. Luo Feng softly recalled the military rules, then made his way through the doors of that broad and towering hall. The moment he walked through the main doors, there was a sudden change in time and space. It was as though he had stepped into another world. Luo Feng was taken aback. What secret technique is this? Before him was a vast world, a world that was boundless, and there were many warriors scattered all over the place. Before each of them was a golden figure. Compared to the virtual universe, this is much more magical. Luo Feng secretly exclaimed. A golden figure appeared out of nowhere to land before Luo Feng. Luo Feng took a close look at the golden figure before him, yet he simply could not see its face clearly. The figure was completely enveloped in golden light. Warrior of Python River Army, you are on a mission. The golden figure looked at Luo Feng. You are not allowed to trade for any items at military points. My mission is accomplished, said Luo Feng. With a single wave, Luo Feng revealed the serpentine corpse of a huge beast true god by his side. It was a gigantic corpse close to 1 million kilometers long. The corpse appeared so suddenly that even the warriors afar were in for a shock. Ironically, within this military point, almost all the warriors were law masters. A true god body that was almost 1 million kilometers long fell on the ground, and the ground trembled. The tail of the body touched a soldier near it. Those soldiers all turned around. When they saw the body of that strange beast true god, they all exclaimed. The eyes of the golden being shot golden light, covering the body of the strange beast true god. He then nodded. This is indeed a true god from 9 Smoke Marsh. The task is finished. 10,000 military credits awarded. Luo Feng was startled. It could tell that the body was from 9 Smoke Marsh with a simple inspection. It seemed that the military indeed had astounding control over the world of Jin. Name your requirement. The golden being looked at Luo Feng. You can exchange these 10,000 military points for weapons, machines, inheritance, and anything else on the list. If you have other valuables, you can also give them to the military and get military credits. Here is the list. A giant light screen appeared in front of Luo Feng after the golden being stopped speaking. There was a detailed list on the screen, and Luo Feng skimmed through it. I want the basic information about those above true gods, said Luo Feng. Basic information, said the golden being. There are only 3 pieces of material about the basic information. Based on the detail and level of secrecy, they require military credits equal to 100, 500, and 3,000, respectively. Luo Feng was shocked. It was only basic information, not even a training guide, yet it required so many military credits. The military credits gained from a catastrophe-level task was only 10,000. It was easy for him to get 1, or even 2 supreme true treasures from Wuhi with 1 true god body, possibly more. He indeed wanted to know more. I want the highest class, said Luo Feng. 3,000 military credits spent, said the golden being. Soldier from Python River Army, you still have 7,000 military credits left, and you can only read the secret information here. A multitude of text appeared on the screen in front of Luo Feng. Only he could read the words, no others could see it, and neither could he see trades made by other soldiers. Here. Luo Feng whispered and started to read. The text was tiny, and the screen was enormous. There were 100 million words on each light screen. Based on the basic information, there were undying fighters, law masters, universe knights, law masters, universe masters, true gods of void space, and eternal true gods. When a life form was born in the world of Jin, they were all at the undying level. Generally, everyone who grew to adulthood could become undying, and some talents could become undying after they were born. Undying fighters, law knights, and law masters were all godly body life forms. Their energies and life imprints were merged into one. When the godly power was consumed, the life imprint was consumed as well. Some races had souls, while some life forms, such as rock beings, had other cores. All of them had life imprints. The more the life imprint was consumed, the more the power would tumble. 50% of the godly body consumed would decrease someone's power by 90%. That was the flaw of a godly body life form. Once someone became a true god, they would return to the origin like a baby, returning to their real lives. Flesh and blood type life forms would still be flesh and blood, and metal life forms would still be metal. For example, flesh and blood type life forms couldn't contain life imprints in their blood and bones. Like domain lords and sector lords, their souls and bodies were separated. However, after becoming a true god, they would become a flesh and blood type of life form again. Their soul and body would be separated again. The energies of true gods were bodies. Each inch of the body could burn, and would become enormous fighting energies. The soul of a true god was hidden in a heart of true god. True gods of void space, and eternal true gods all had a heart of true god, which was actually a mysterious space inside the bodies of true gods. Inside that mysterious space was the soul of a true god, and the mysterious space also connected the miniature universe outside. No matter how far a true god was from their miniature universe, they could transfer the energies in their miniature universe to their heart of true god. There were 3 ways to kill a true god. 1. Completely destroy the body of a true god, thus destroying the mysterious space, and the true god would die. 2. Use soul attacks to kill the soul of a true god, and the true god would die. The third and most common method was to attack a true gods using power beyond their defense. Then the strong shock waves would keep damaging the mysterious space, the heart of true god. Once the heart crumbled, true gods would naturally die, just as an ordinary wearing armor would be killed if hit by a hammer on his chest, as the shock waves would crush his soul. The same rule applied. The more powerful the bodies were, the less their hearts of true god would be weakened. If the body could resist all the attacks, the hearts of true god would be perfectly fine. Flesh and blood life forms, rock life forms, and plant life forms. This rule applied to all of them. Once someone became a true god, his body and soul would be separated. No matter how much energy a true god burned, it wouldn't affect his power, as the godly power didn't involve souls. True gods had miniature universes, and they were transformed from god countries, not created by true gods. Then true gods needed to comprehend the birth and operation of the universe, until they could control a void space. One thought, and a void space was formed. This was the ability of a true god of void space. True gods of void space would keep improving in power, comprehending more, until one day when they would reach a limit on comprehending the evolution of the entire universe. Then he could even create a miniature universe with one thought. One thought, and a universe was formed. This was the ability of an eternal true god. Miniature universes formed in this method were different than the miniature universe created by Luo Feng's inherited technique, I am the universe. The miniature universe created by that technique was far too simple, yet the miniature universes created by eternal true gods were battlefields, as eternal true gods couldn't create universes that were too large. One thought, and an area of 10,000 square light-years would fall into a miniature universe. The eternal true god was the master of that miniature universe. Other than being tiny, miniature universes were exactly like normal universes. They were so powerful that eternal true gods could easily suppress true gods of void space. True gods of void space, and eternal true gods. It was a process of comprehension of the evolution of the universe, until one could create a miniature universe with one thought. There were 4 eternal true gods in the world of Jin. They were the 4 generals from the 4 armies. They managed the world of Jin, and they were superior. If a true god of void space made a breakthrough and became an eternal true god, he could leave world of Jin and fight for His Majesty the Godly King. Other soldiers needed to be summoned by His Majesty the Godly King to go out. However, eternal true gods could go out by themselves. Go out by themselves? Luo Feng exclaimed. If that Godly King is still alive, then his eternal true gods can go out and fight for them. However, that giant, human-shaped creature was lying in Universe Ocean, so the Godly King might have died already. His Majesty the Godly King has died, and according to the original mind, no life forms in the world of Jin can survive outside. Even if a peerless talent is born and becomes an eternal true god, he might die instantly after leaving the world of Jin. Luo Feng sighed and kept reading. True gods of void space were the overlords of an area in the world of Jin. Eternal true gods were absolutely supreme beings, and they were great officials of His Majesty the Godly King. However, there were still differences among true gods of void space, and eternal true gods. When someone became a true god, his god country would turn into a miniature universe, and the structure of the miniature universe was very important. The diameter of a true god's miniature universe was 100 million light-years. However, after becoming a true god of void space, there would be differences. Because of the structure of the miniature universe, some would have a diameter of 1.8 billion light-years. Some would have 2.5 billion light-years, and some would have 5 billion light-years. The smallest miniature universe of a true god of void space had a diameter of 1 billion light-years, while the largest was 10 billion light-years. Oh? Luo Feng was surprised. The two Holy Lands. Purple Moon Holy Land has a diameter of 2.1 billion light-years, while Eastern Emperor Holy Land has one of 3.2 billion light-years. Based on those dimensions, both Eastern Emperor Ancestor and Purple Moon Ancestor were true gods of void space. I'll keep reading. Miniature universes were the foundation. They could absorb the energies outside and transform them into godly power without life imprint. Every time a great being made a breakthrough, either from true gods to true gods of void space, or from true gods of void space to eternal true gods, they would only make a breakthrough when their miniature universes transformed also. That was why, when great beings died, miniature universes would crumble. If a miniature universe was destroyed, the great being could still live and absorb the energies outside, but they wouldn't be able to make any breakthroughs anymore, no matter how deep their comprehension was. Miniature universes, however, were very stable and they were difficult to destroy. Only the limit-level great beings among true gods of void space could destroy miniature universes of true gods. Only the limit-level beings of eternal true gods could destroy miniature universes of true gods of void space. And nobody was able to destroy the miniature universes of eternal true gods. However, all the miniature universes of the great beings in the world of Jin were arranged in the center of the world of Jin by His Majesty the Godly King, so no great beings were able to get there. This video will end here.